It's Nathan. Caught off guard there slightly. I've just come through the door only to find my other half dancing around to Nirvana in her pyjamas. She may be foreign, but I like her. Nathan, it's recovery month. We know, Nath. We know by now. You've mentioned it ad nauseum. It's recovery month. It's 2003. Why, Nath? Why is it 2003? It is. I've had a guy asking me what day it is a week. I've told him Wednesday 15 times, so I'm only telling you it's 2003 once. You can take it or leave it. What's been going on in the year of our Lord 2003? I've written down here, and I don't like to, at any point create the illusion that this is heavily scripted material, but I've scribbled down here the Genome Project. I don't know why I've put that, but I do know that the Genome Project was completed in 2003. From memory, it was, they'd found out what it is that makes us human, physiologically, with DNA strands, all that good stuff. Keep pretending, Dave, you know what you're talking about. Ronaldo has moved to Man United and he's made his debut at some horrendous cost. Paid enormous amounts of money to kick a football around, and good luck to him. Supply and demand. The more you are brilliant at something it's very hard to do, the more you tend to get paid for it. I've found, not a big football man, but I know it brings pleasure to millions. The USA has now planned to invade Iraq under the solid core evidence that there are weapons of mass destruction littering the streets all over. They can't move for them, tripping over them. Another weapon of mass destruction there. We're going to have to get the army involved. Eventually they caught Saddam Hussein in that same year. There you go. Not my words, the words of this scribbled note. Lance Armstrong has won his 5th Tour de France. How did he do it? Winning again and again. Again and again and again. Can't get my head around it. This man's like a robot. You're going to put me into the Tour de France in 2003, I'd have had a crack at it, to tell you the truth. The highest temperature in UK history thus far was recorded in Faversham, near where I was raised. It was 38.5 degrees Celsius, and Arnold Schwarzenegger has become the governor of California. This is when life all started to get a little bit surreal, but it was for me anyway. But California, the 5th largest economy in the world, and there he was. Did a wonderful job. I'm sure he'll be back. So I know you're asking, you won't be able to sleep tonight. What's that addict been up to today? What's he been doing? You know the routine. You know it better than me. You know what I do on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. But before we get there. I keep going on about similar things, but you've switched on and tuned in, so you just have to listen to it. I had a nice peaceful, after yesterday's up and downness, had a nice peaceful start to the day. Good start to the day often means it's going to be a good day. Not always, but it was nice to the significant other, the starry jewel in the sky that is my other half, was working from home today, and it was nice because we just managed to, we got up a little bit later, not crazy late. I mean, we're still talking, up with the crows, but it afforded that bit of time to, when's the last time you had breakfast with someone? Breakfast with your family, breakfast with your other half, even breakfast on your own, breakfast with your cat. I was running out the door doing the old backwards leap through the window like in the advert for that cereal drink. I haven't got time to have breakfast. I haven't even got time to digest it. It's got to be in liquid form, and I haven't got time to get to work in an ordinary way. I've got to go back first out the window. That's how busy my life is. So we had a little bit of breaking of the fast together. Watched a bit of news, had a cup of coffee, had a chat. It was all very calm until they mentioned the new iPhone has been released. That's £1,000. £1,000 for a phone. How much? How quick? I know there's people who probably love this, and I shouldn't judge. Well, I should judge. you know, I'm going to get no response from you, am I? Let's be honest. I've judged. It's a terrible idea, the iPhone. How much information can you pile into your eyes in one go? How much information can you soak into your brain? How much can a phone do? Okay, breathe. Anyway, but that didn't take the edge off of a very peaceful morning. Made me tea, as I was the axle of a cartwheel. If you've listened to previous episodes of this, that will make sense. If you haven't, it will sound like the rabid mumblings of a madman. So obviously off to Open Road I popped to do my rollers recovery champion, which I enjoy immensely. I got a weird phone call from, I remember Danny, who I mentioned yesterday, we'd kept missing each other. Now I can't get rid of her. She gave me a very strange phone call early in the morning. I don't know what she was whiffling on about, and then she said, "Oh, I've got to go. I was in the middle of watching a film with fellow people in recovery. More about that later." A very strange phone call. And she went, "Oh, I'll let you go," and off she went. It all became clear as the day progressed. Now, as I mentioned earlier, or yesterday rather, Danny is she's a human foghorn with Tourette's, and she suddenly, as if by magic, appeared in Open Road. She's not from round these parts usually. She appeared in Open Road with her mother. Imagine how loud she is with her mother and her sister. Imagine that volume. You know, all of them, I would suggest, had the volume on them turned up to 10 by God, and then God snapped off the volume switch because he didn't need it. So we won't be needing that for those lot. Phew, out it went. So all three of them descended into the quiet reception area, the inner sanctum of Open Road. In they came. Did it take, I'll give you a little quiz, did it take A, 30 seconds, B, 20 seconds, or C, 10 seconds for the person in charge to tell them to pipe down? I think we know the answer to that, but lovely to see her. You know, it's always a little bit emotional to see Danny. I'm not going to go on. I think she probably stormed Open Road because she knows she's going to get a mention on this very thing. I'm wise for the girl. But always nice to see her, and then they scooted off on a wave of sound as they went down. If I could hear them going down the road, I could probably still hear them now if I listened carefully enough. So that was lovely. There was meant to have a certain group in the morning, didn't do that. Instead, we watched a film. It's called Flight. It stars Denzel Washington. It is, you know, because it was shown to people in recovery, it was themed about that. I won't ruin it for you if you've never seen it, because I didn't watch all of it. In the end, I got distracted by other things that were going on and I was called down, so I've missed it. I'll have to watch it again, but the bit I did see seemed very good. So there you go. After seeing, there seems, as I said before, there seems to be themes that pop up during these days. I don't know, because I'm looking for them to waffle on at you people of an evening, or they genuinely just happen. But either way, there you go. And the theme for today was laughter, and I think it was brought on by seeing Danny, because when we went to rehab, you don't go there because you know, I couldn't afford the gym, so I thought I'd come to rehab instead. You don't, you go there because it's all gone a bit peter. And surprisingly, actually, through that, yes, there were tears, but throughout that entire process, I laughed a lot. I laughed, you know, despite being in what was essentially, I thought for me personally, quite a tragic situation. I ended up laughing a lot. We all did. You know, at the most ridiculous things, and that's one thing I've noticed. Being around people in recovery, and it's so powerful, and it's I'm going to use the word, it's inspirational, and it is inspirational to see people coming in from all walks of life with, you know, some really heavy stuff, man, heavy stuff going on in their lives, and still being able to laugh. And laughter is such a powerful thing. It strips, you can laugh at anything and it takes the power out of it. An evil dictator, laugh at him, power gone. Frightening moment in your life, power, you know, laugh at it, the power is stripped from it. It's an important part, and there's joy in those rooms, and there's a lot of laughter, you know, and I'd forgotten, you know, it's someone back in Sharp's rehab said to me, you know, you can also enjoy your recovery, not endure it. Enjoy, not endure. And you know what an important message that is. And you know, there was some young lady who'd bought cakes in today, and you know, on the face of it, there'll be people saying, how the, you know, at this point in your life with all this stuff going on, you know, not just for me, you know, for everyone who walks through those doors. As I said, there's obviously issues, there's problems in their life that they need to deal with. Still laughing. And that, if that's not a testament to the human spirit, that despite everything, you can still raise a laugh, then, you know, if that isn't a testament, I don't know what is. So that was, you know, after yesterday's up and down, as I said, that was inspirational for me today, and I'd forgotten actually the importance of having a good chuckle. And whilst certain things need to be taken seriously, don't take the things that shouldn't be taken seriously. Have a good laugh at them. Rant over. So had a group in the afternoon. That was very interesting. It's the same. It is the same things that come up because we do all share similarities, whether in active addiction or in recovery. The same things come up because they're landmarks more often than not. You know, things that trigger people off. You know, fear, uncertainty. Endlessly assuming this group. And so many people did it. I do it. Did it and do it, assuming you know how someone else feels, then worrying about that assumption, worrying about that illusion, and letting that get you into a right old pickle, rather than just asking the person, you know, being fearful of a situation without knowing it's going to happen, or being aware of any of the facts because you can't, because it hasn't happened yet. All these things, and you know, worrying about getting worried. I've said this before, you know, like grabbing at something and pushing it away, you know, desperate to recover, and in the act of that desperation pushing it away. You know, so my message to the guys today was chill out and have a laugh sometimes. Remember to relax and look after yourself. It's important. It's incredibly important because life is brilliant and can be brilliant and can be fun despite all its hardships. That is a fact, and I believe it, or I wouldn't be doing this. And banging on about that very thing, would I now? So that's that really. I mean, you know, no more, no less. A great day, far calmer, far more consistent, or what was I trying to say? Far more steady in my emotional range today, which is always a relief. So enjoy today, enjoy being around people, as I've said, and I'm learning a tremendous amount about not just addiction but about human nature, and what a fascinating subject it is, and one I'm becoming more and more passionate about, more and more interested in as the days go by, to be honest. So that's me. In true style, it's turned out that Oates is now controlling my emotions, Captain Oates, because yesterday he denied me a 15-minute sleep, and now he's written me a text about what he's having for dinner. So now I'm starving, controlling me like a puppeteer. Leave me alone, man. That's all. I will finish off by saying this. A great hero of mine, Alan Watts, who I'd recommend you listen to or read, said, you know, man suffers because he takes seriously what the gods made for fun. And what if the universe is just there for the heck of it? There's a thought. There's a thought for you. So I will say, didn't say yesterday, so let's bring it back out of the bag. Peace and love, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.